Assault and batteries, but my trunk stay ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Okay, last time I was making a video, you saw me celebrating, getting happy over John Cena's big title win. There's two ways to look at that. One, Gemini has always lived inside of me. And another, I was just trying to piss all you off. Okay. But now a serious video where it's in the title, you already seen it. So I don't want anyone to say, oh, spoiler alert, you didn't announce anything. Because if you haven't been on the internet, or if you haven't been on, just over the internet, yes, you got Twitter, you got Facebook, you have YouTube. Everyone's been making a video about it. Everyone's been talking about it. So it's not like you can kind of, hide from the truth. Hide. Because what happened at the Smackdown taping with Christian losing the World Heavyweight Championship only 48 hours after winning the title has brought up an emotion in the internet, in the YWC, that hasn't been, shown too much, because I think everyone feels the same way about Christian, and myself included, and I speak for everyone, which I hope is the fact that everyone was happy that he won, because not only was it new, if Del Rio or Christian would have won, it would have been a fresh start. It would have been a new title run and feuds that we would have never seen before on a main stage or a world title picture. And another reason that I think Christian winning was a good and popular decision is because a guy who's been in wrestling for 12 plus years almost, and he's worked his way up from bottom of the card to the top of the card, and he has honed his craft everywhere he's went. He's been all over America. He's went to TNA, and just like the fact that it was taken away from him so fast, that when he wins the belt, it was just like, how can you let a guy who's worked his ass off have that moment at Extreme Rules nonetheless? It was at WrestleMania and he lost it, a month, whatever. It's no big deal. But the fact he won at Extreme Rules, you let him have his moment with Edge in a ladder match nonetheless. He had to work his ass off to get that belt. To have him do all that and only to have the belt taken away from him 48 hours after winning it is just, it doesn't make sense to me. I understand that Randy Orton is that number 2 babyface who is currently active on the roster, and sending him to SmackDown may have not have been a popular decision on his side. So I'm assuming that either you're doing it to bring ratings in, thinking Orton's this big mega rating star guy, or is just Orton was pissed off and he's like, and then you gave him the belt just to say, here you go. But the fact you did that and took away a guy who's worked his ass off for over 10 years just to make Randy Orton happy, it just doesn't make sense. And it's just, I don't know why I'm shocked, because I knew Christian was going to, don't get me confused, I didn't expect Christian to have, a 6-month, 7-month, 1-year title reign like, The Miz or Cena or something, or Triple H. But the fact that I expected him to at least have the belt for 2 months tops, at least I would have seen one proper feud. You could see what Christian is actually capable of in that main event spot. You can see if it worked, but I guess everyone's given their little opinions on why they think Christian lost the belt. A lot of people are saying he wasn't marketable enough, or he wouldn't bring in ratings, or he wasn't at that level yet. But the fact that Orton is once again champion, I don't know if I should be getting mad at Orton, or if I should get mad at Creative or Vince McMahon, or someone up there is kind of holding down Christian, and it's not fair to him, obviously, but I'm sure he's just going to play along with it, because, that's what wrestlers do, especially the mature ones, not ones who trash hotel rooms or smash flower pots because they don't get what they want. Or, even Stone Cold Steve Austin walking off on a company because he doesn't want to put a guy over. Just stuff like that where it's like, you're a main attraction at a show, and you don't want to put over young guys because it's going to make you look bad. It just doesn't make sense, because once you leave, those young guys are going to take over. And I know Christian's not the youngest guy on the roster, but, he's that one guy who needs that, who earned that shot and didn't obviously get to fulfill it to his full potential. And I was much more pissed off about this yesterday. Today, I kind of had a chance to not calm down. I wasn't like furious, but like it was very shocking. And being a fellow Canadian, I had him sign the belt, and I told him, one day, you're gonna win this. And I think freaking Yaya88 said the same thing to him when he met him at I think it was SummerSlam, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna be champion one day." And even Christian was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I think he even knew that the chances of him becoming champion was slim, but he gets a shot, and then you just squash him just like that. And it's like WWE, you give us what we want, and then you just kind of just pull the rug under, or carpet feet rug analogy. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I just think it's total bullshit how a guy who's worked so long to make it to the WWE get fired or get released, and go somewhere else, make a bigger name for himself, come back to that company that made him, and start from the bottom on ECW and work his way up slowly and slowly, only to get to the very top and just get kicked right back down. Where you get guys like Sheamus, Del Rio. I don't want to put too much hate on Del Rio, because he has been making a name for himself around the world, but in WWE he's only been around for whatever months, and he's already in that title picture where Christian, when he was first in there, he was light heavyweight tag team, and yeah. So you just compare Sheamus, and you got Christian. Sheamus, who went from OVW, he was the WWE machine 100%. He was made in WWE. Like, of course he was in Ireland and all that, but he made the huge name. He became a superstar in the WWE, where Christian was a superstar, but he went to TNA, became a bigger star, came back. And, I just think it's the whole politic thing, since if you're not made by us, we can do whatever we want. You got guys like Orton, Cena, Triple H, Miz. I'm not saying anything about the Miz, but you got guys like that who've been 110% made by WWE, and they're getting treated like that. You got guys like Sheamus, who were the up-and-comers, but are in the good books of those of the higher position, and they get whatever they want. Where guys like Christian, I would assume, who's been other places, who's made a name for himself somewhere else, who has different opinions than everyone else, and gets the boot for it. But there's my thoughts. I'm sure everyone has a lot to say about that if you guys haven't already said your thing. But leave your thoughts, and see you guys next time.